Yeah. Hey.
Wait, what were you just singing right now?
Greatest Showman. It's stuck in my head.
Did you just finish
Well,
watching The
it'd be a
Greatest
really good
Showman?
theme song for us. No, fucking the Edge and Randy Orton match now apparently is the greatest wrestling match ever,
I
and
don't think
has
so,
that as a
Tim.
theme song.
I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim.
So we'll talk about our Backlash predictions. Cruz, how are you? How was your day? How's your Monday?
My Monday is fan-fucking-tastic. Aside from I posted a picture in the Discord actually, Vance. I live in the middle of Hollywood, okay? And the entire streets are completely covered in bodies. It looks like a scene from a fucking movie, which,
I saw that.
coincidentally,
That looks insane.
we're in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? We're in fucking Hollywood and it looks like
Oh,
a fucking movie.
you know all these fuckers with red cameras right now are just out there filming the shit out of this, being like, "We're gonna use this in every movie. This is gonna be great."
You want to know what's funny? We have a red camera. A black magic, not a red one. Sorry, a black magic. Black magic.
Well, I think Black Magic's more appropriate anyway.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? Dude, we have a lot to talk about today. We did our NXT takeover in your house. By the way, Vance, they didn't give away a house. They didn't give away a house.
Okay, so here's something I'm realizing now. WWE fans like one thing almost as much as Shawn Michaels likes his Soma. And that is nostalgia. Nostalgia. WWE fans love it. They will eat it up. They dug up fucking Todd Pettengill. Where did they get this guy from? He's selling cars in Hoboken, and like, Todd,
Hoboken. Wow.
one more gig.
What a fucking reference there, Vance.
What a blast from the past. I used to love Todd Pettengill. I used to watch Livewire every Saturday morning. I used to love it. It was great. AOL, keyword, WWF at the time. But yeah, I thought it was just fucking. They really harped on the fact they had the Ico Pro commercials. They had Doc Hendricks as a pitcher. Like, the nostalgia thing, it's just down your fucking. I'm just gagging on nostalgia. And it's too much.
Vance, now we have a video of you doing that, so that's great. That actually pleases me.
Oh, that's gonna make a great gift for the going over show.
Someone's gonna have to make a gif of that.
Do what they want with.
But
It's just like, seriously, like, all they're relying on now is nostalgia. And let me tell you another thing, and I don't know if I'm gonna piss off some people in the chat with this, but Code Orange, they are fucking terrible. And why is Brock Lesnar's son the bassist?
oh my god, that is a whole other conversation that we can have for another day.
I don't like Code Orange. Am I in the minority of thinking that Code Orange is a shit band?
I'm sorry, who's Code Orange?
The fucking band that opened the fucking.
I was making a joke, Vance. I was making a joke. Like, who? Who is this band? I've never heard of them before. Hold on a second. Rewind, though. Did you just say that Brock Lesnar's kid is in this band? Did you just say that?
No, the guy. Did you see the bass player? The guy looks like Brock Lesnar.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Ripped. He's blonde. He's got like that whole.
I was
look
like,
going.
wait. Did I hear you right?
The lead singer looks like if Avril Lavigne never made it, and then like had 2 kids, had a meth problem, and decided I'm gonna start a metal band. Like,
that. Go on, Vance. Tell us how
Maybe
you
it's
really
me.
feel. What's that?
It's just me. I know there's people here who probably have like Code Orange as their ringtone, and they're like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
They're like, "Fuck you, Vance. Fuck you." I never heard of them before last night, so there's that.
Oh.
And I mean, actually, someone asked me this recently in the chat. They're like, "What kind of music?" I'm like, "I listen to old shit, dude. I don't even know what new music is anymore because I don't listen to new shit."
Dude,
So
It's past 1989. You lost me.
you're like, what year is it? 2020. Ha 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 ha. But what was I gonna say? So Vance, I need to start keeping track. I kind of remember what our predictions were, by the way, for last night's NXT
You do?
takeover in your house. I remember what you said. I remember what I said.
I think I did pretty well.
I will say this though, there was one match because we did the podcast on Monday, right? So a week ago we did was the podcast. Wow, I can't talk. The podcast that we did where we discussed our predictions, right? And you even said in the podcast about how we don't know if anything else is going to get added because we have, we still have Wednesday night NXT, right? Well, one of the matches that wasn't on the card when we initially did our predictions was the Mia Yim, Tegan Knox, Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez.
Yes, we did not talk about that.
Yeah, we did not talk about that.
And our girl Mia Yim with the win.
Hell yeah, that actually made me very happy. I was like, yeah. Shotzi Blackheart though, dude. She's Filipino. Did you know that? Did you know that, Vance? Did you know that she's Filipino?
What?
Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there. She's Filipino.
Shotzi Blackheart?
She's Filipino.
Sure?
Yes. Dude, if you go to her
Really?
Twitter page, it even says Filipino on there.
Wow, I did not know that. I learn something new every day.
Yeah, dude. Because I was talking about her
know.
hair when I was streaming yesterday during the pay-per-view, and I was commenting on her hair because she has green hair. Which, by the way, Vance, as you guys notice above Vance's head there, still raising money for this charity. Look up, Vance. There you go. It's right there, right above your head.
Oh.
The Color of Change organization helping fight racial injustice. We've raised $1,400 thus far in just the last couple of days. Okay.
That is sick.
Now, Vance, to fill you in here, I told the chat
We
reached a milestone. When I told everybody that if we raised 1,000, if we got to 1,000, they get to choose what cosplay I do on my stream, right? Now, if we make it to 2,500 by Wednesday, I told the chat that I will color my hair. And I haven't colored my hair in 5 years, man. And that's why I mentioned Shotzi Blackheart, because she has green hair and I want to dye my hair green, but not that shade of green. So it's just very funny how we kind of deterred from that conversation into this. So yeah, Color of Change organization. If we make it to the goal by Wednesday, I will change the color of my hair. Chat gets to choose the color. Do you think I'm crazy for allowing them that power, Vance?
Cruz, yes. You're gonna look like
I have a hard no. And you want to know what one of my hard no colors are, Vance? Becky Lynch orange. That is one of my hard no's that I will not dye my hair.
That would so good. That would have been so good.
That's a big no for me.
Oh,
but
man. I
want to go green. And it's funny because Shotzi, her hair is green.
Like Joker green? Like Shotzi green?
No. Shotzi Blackheart's hair. Didn't you watch the match, Vance? The girl with the green hair?
Yeah, she's got green hair.
Yeah, she's got light, like kind of, not really neon, but like a lighter kind of green. Lime green? Like an emerald. Would you call it lime green?
Like emerald?
No, emerald is dark green. I like emerald green. I would dye my hair emerald green. But anywho, I was actually really stoked when Mia Yim's team won. That was pretty awesome.
That was pretty dope.
That was pretty dope.
Great way to start up the show, besides fucking Code Orange. But anyways, let's talk about the highs and the lows of this show.
Okay, why don't you start? Because I know you have plenty to say, so I'm really eager to hear what you have to say, Vance.
Well, here's the thing with this whole pay-per-view overall. I've seen people writing that this is the greatest pay-per-view ever. And it's like, listen, stop sucking dick of WWE head fucking writers and get some change in there. And I love they change up the set. I don't like how they're pushing this nostalgia thing so goddamn hard. Like, you have all this new talent, all this unlimited resources, and you're pushing fucking Todd Pettengill. Where the hell is Nigel McGuinness? Like,
yeah, where was Nigel? Nigel wasn't there. Nigel. Nigel.
I miss Nigel. But I really think that there were a lot of highs in the show. Love Io Shirai taking the belt.
Okay. See, now when we were doing our predictions, like, I couldn't figure out like, I couldn't predict, I guess is the word I'm looking for, who was going to win that, because I'm a fan of all three. I would have been happy if Rhea would have taken the belt off of Charlotte. I would have been happy if Io took the belt off of Charlotte. And I know that a couple of us, people in the chat included, were saying that, like, it is possible that Io might be there to eat the pin, and I kind of sort of agreed with that. Although
That's what we
I did not want to see that. I would not want to see that, but I kind of agreed with that statement that, like, oh, it's possible that she might be there to eat the pin. But when she won, dude, I was like, oh my god, I'm like super. I love Io Shirai. A lot of people. You know, so, and it's funny because everybody in the chat was all like, I'm really curious to hear what Vance has to say about you winning. And I'm like, wait, I'm pretty sure Vance would be stoked about that.
I love it. She's got the best theme song, I think, in the company. I love the trap bassy fucking song she has. It's dope. I love her in the ring. I think that she is a better high flyer than Kairi Sane. I said it.
I mean, well, you know, Kairi Sane has the insane elbow drop, but then you have Io and her moonsault, her insane moonsault.
Let's not forget that Io Shirai was the best overall performer of last year, according to the NXT awards. And I mean, she beat out fucking Tommaso Ciampa, who was on a tear.
Yeah, so that's true, because Tommaso was on a tear.
Her.
Yeah.
Right. You know, they backed her big time. And the fact they finally put the title on her, it's about damn time. I think that women's division, I think it desperately needs a tag belt or some kind of a secondary title. They have an amazing roster.
Now, let me ask you this.
6 girls in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think that the reason why they took the belt off of Charlotte, right, could be because now that Becky is out, she can go back after, let's say, the Raw title?
I just don't like how Charlotte keeps flip-flopping around. I would keep Charlotte.
Well, it's interesting because when they first brought her back to NXT, when she took the NXT title off of Rhea, right? I was like, wait, what's happening here? Because, you know, obviously when NXT, we talked about this briefly before in past episodes of this podcast, where we talked about how, well, we obviously know why they brought Finn Balor back to NXT, right? Because while a lot of people watched NXT before it went to the USA Network, there was still a lot of fucking people that were unfamiliar with NXT because they didn't have the network and didn't watch it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it was almost like they had to cater to a new audience. And obviously that was the reason why they were like, let's bring Finn back to NXT and try and like get people, you know, the viewers and everybody kind of into it. So when Charlotte took the belt off of Rhea initially, I was like, okay, are they trying to bring a female in there now, you know? Like, we got Finn, now we got Charlotte. But it's interesting. I'm very stoked that Io won. I would have been happy if Rhea would have won too, but I'm super stoked for Io, for sure. But I'm curious, like, now that Becky's out, like, do you think that does this mean that Charlotte's going to flip-flop between NXT? Because it wasn't really kind of... Because while she did hold the NXT women's title, we still saw her on SmackDown. So it wasn't even kind of like... You know, like, oh, she's only on NXT and, you know, all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is with Charlotte is, like, she's probably the best athlete in the company. She's probably the best worker in the company. For sure.
Especially when you take out the because a lot of people like to argue, right? A lot of people like to argue, oh, well, you know, it's her daddy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, if you take Ric Flair out of the equation, Charlotte is a good wrestler. If not
great on the mic.
Yeah, and she's great on the mic. So it's like when you take her father out of the picture, she's still great. You know what I mean? And
just think about how long it's been since we've seen Ric with her.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Iron Man in the chat says I thought the same. So Iron Man, just because I just saw your comment in the chat, are you commenting on what I said about Charlotte losing the title to Io, and then because I'm just trying to figure out what you're. I think her father has a lot to do with it. Okay. So, anywho, what was I going to say?
What do you think they should do with Charlotte now? What's your thoughts?
I'm asking you what you think, because it's like interesting to me that, like, okay, Becky's.
Take her off TV.
Take her off TV completely.
I say take her off TV, build up something with another competitor, get Io Shirai maybe against, I don't know, Candice LeRae, or maybe put her in a nice little program with Rhea, but like I wouldn't want to dent Rhea too much. So I don't know, just put her in a program and make Charlotte wait till like SummerSlam to show up again. Whether it be NXT whether it be Raw, whether it be
So
SmackDown,
let
for
Charlotte
her
just
to be
take a
her
little
match.
break. Just give Charlotte a little break, and then all of a sudden, SummerSlam, she shows up.
The problem with Charlotte, they don't know how to book her. They don't.
I agree with that statement,
So
actually. I
give her
actually
some
do
time
agree with that
off.
statement. They don't know how to book her. I agree. I agree with that statement, actually. I
Like,
agree.
you don't bring Charlotte down to a roster that's that loaded. It didn't make any sense.
Right?
You know? It was
Yeah.
almost like putting Enzo down in fucking cruiserweight division and giving him the belt. Like, what's the point? What was the point? And it's not like she put anybody over.
Yeah.
She didn't lose the match. Rhea Ripley lost that match.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Rhea
So
Ripley's
it's like,
a beast,
what
man.
was
I
the
love
fucking
her.
point?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I would love it if they keep Charlotte off TV for a while. They let this NXT women's division really develop, really grow with the talent they have down there. You know, I think last night, another thing kind of pissed me off. I don't understand why Balor won last night.
Really?
I don't get it.
Why?
What
Why
was
do you
the
why
point
do
of
you
this
why do
program?
you think that? Why do you think I'm curious, why do you think that?
Well, you bring in this Punisher Martinez, you bring in Damian Priest, whatever the fuck you want to call him, and like you have him challenge a guy like Balor. You think that Balor is going to do the job and put over new talent. You know, why are you pushing a guy that we know is Universal Champion? We know has this demon gimmick that can win any fucking match. Why can't Damian Priest beat the mortal man Prince Balor?
Prince Balor,
and
because
get
he's
a
not
little
Devitt
love?
in this universe.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
real fucking. But it's just like I don't get why they did that. Like why that match
Really?
even happened. I would have put Damian Priest in there against somebody else.
So
maybe against Dexter Loomis. Get a
Is that
creepy
your
feud
is that
going.
your
I don't know.
lowest part of this pay-per-view? Because we were talking about the highs and the lows, and I feel like the
No,
women's title match for me was the highest, the highlight for me, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else agrees, but so what was the lowest for you? Or would you agree that the women's title match was probably the best match, or the match of the night? Excuse me.
I really liked Keith Lee.
Oh
and
wait, I
Johnny
forgot about
Gargano.
Keith Lee. Oh my
I
god.
loved that match.
Actually, that was a really good
great
match
fucking
too.
match.
No. Yeah. I almost forgot about that. I need to scroll through. Let me pull up
thought-
the card again because oh yeah, you know what else is funny? Side note. You were right on the in your prediction when you thought that Cross was going to win against Ciampa. You're right about that one, Vance.
There's
You're
no
right
way-
about that one. You
there's
called
no
that
way
one.
They're gonna bury this Cross guy.
Yeah.
I think what they're gonna do is first of all, let's talk about the low light of the show, right?
Okay.
For me, the low of the show was that backlot brawl with Cole and Velveteen Dream.
Go on, I'm listening.
This match. Here's the fucked up thing.
I definitely
This match has
thought that
everything I
match
love.
could have been better, I will say. It was kind of, I don't know if I want to use the word.
It was stupid.
Would you call it underwhelming, Vance? Would you call it underwhelming?
Underwhelming? I would call it Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream's worst match, including Dream's run on Tough Enough.
Wow.
This fucking match had everything I love. It had Adam Cole. It had the Velveteen Dream. It had a stupid, weird gimmick that, you know, could have been cool. And they blew it. They blew it. I didn't understand the fucking Warriors set with the fucking cars surrounding the ring and nothing happening with the cars. I didn't understand.
He was there for
why
aesthetics.
Adam
They're
Cole
like,
had
let's
the
just put
keys to
cars
several
for
cars.
aesthetics. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did Adam Cole get into 3 different cars? I don't understand that. They didn't do anything cool with Dream. They didn't do anything cool with the purple smoke. Like, oh my god, he took him into the purple fucking Dream realm.
I love Velveteen Dream,
And
man.
like some funky shit could happen in here.
Velveteen Dream.
No,
Yeah.
instead they're fighting outside a fucking Disney backlot.
I was going to say a backlot
They
with,
call
yeah.
it fake
A
buildings.
Disney backlot.
Fake fucking New York City. I feel like I saw that when you do the Disney backlot tour next to the Golden Girls house. They have this
The
fucking
Golden
it was where
Girls
NXT
house
filmed
makes
their
me,
cinematic
yeah.
match.
That's funny. That's
It was
funny.
fucking terrible. It was terrible. They did the Boneyard match. They did the Firefly Funhouse match. Those were amazing. AEW did the Stadium Stampede. That was amazing. Then they kept pushing it. They did that stupid Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Fucking weird. It was like a Rocky match that went too long in the movie. I
A
didn't know what was
Rocky
going
match
on.
that went too long in the movie.
It was like literally filming like Rocky for 12 rounds and putting it in the middle of Rocky 1 and being like, this movie's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to see that. They want to see all the good shit. That's why Stadium Stampede, they had no lull. There was no, let me grab Sammy Guevara's head and drag him fucking 30 yards. Okay, film me doing this. Okay, we're almost there. And there's the spot. No, but for some reason, NXT loves doing shit where it's like they got to set things up even though they tape shit. It made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. I'm screaming at my TV because I think it's going to be good. Velveteen Dream rolls up in a fucking Lamborghini. He's dressed like the guy from The Walking Dead. I'm like, this is going to be badass. As soon as he threw the bat away and the fucking match started, I was like, this is garbage. Who rolls up in a monster truck filled with fucking chairs? Wouldn't you jump off the monster truck eventually? Wouldn't you do something cool?
Do something off of monster truck?
Giant...
Yeah.
Did you see the scaffolding thing? Like the thing that like workers use to fix fucking telephone poles that they drove by? Why wasn't there a spot off that? Why was that in the fucking thing at all? Like none of it made sense. I wonder what the chat says if they think I'm fucking crazy. Underwhelming match of Cole and Dream. Next pay-per-view main event is Cole and Balor. You can go ahead and book it.
Well, I kind of called
Cole losing that title.
Really?
Cole's gonna end up like Asuka and end up on the main roster magically one day.
You really think that Cole's going to be hanging on to that title for a while? Because I feel like if anyone's going to take that title off of Cole, it's going to be Balor.
Balor? I don't see
because he's back,
Balor's
man.
So what if he's back? He could be there to fucking do the right thing. You know, go to NXT, have amazing matches, put some new talent over. Don't go down there. Take the fucking top prize. Now it looks like a main roster guy has the top prize in like a fucking JV league almost. It's stupid. And they're not building anybody up. I kind of think Dexter Lumis could be somebody who could take out Cole. I could see them building Dexter Lumis up and then maybe have a Dexter Lumis Karrion Kross feud. That would be dope. But like, what faces are they really building up? Keith Lee, we already gave him a belt. Shit. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. Sweet Pea in the chat says, I see it happening and Balor can advance Balor Club with UE. Oh, so you're saying you think that he'll be the new leader of the Undisputed Era. That's an
I think it could be like a Bullet Club thing.
Interesting thought, because considering, you know, like the Bullet Club is pretty much... I mean, come on, Gallows and Anderson are gone from WWE. And
that would be a cool moment.
And
when the UE
and Adam Cole used to be in Bullet Club as well. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, you want to get really fucking good? Have fucking Roddy, who's probably one of the best pure wrestlers in NXT, turn around in the Undisputed Era and go against Cole and build that like you did with Ciampa and Gargano.
Wait, with Roderick?
With Roddy Strong.
Oh my God. That's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, wait, you're talking about Roderick Strong, right?
I can totally see Roddy Strong fucking trying to like take over the UE.
Interesting. Okay, now we're just going into a whole different...
I just didn't like that match. Did you like that match?
Oh, I thought
finish of that match? Let's just go to the finish of that match. Like garbage finish they chose.
What was the garbage finish? It was why can't I remember?
The Panama Sunrise on the chairs.
Oh yeah. I'm standing by what I said, and I thought it was underwhelming. I'm not disagreeing with a lot of the things that you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, that was one of the matches that I was looking forward to be perfectly honest. And when I say underwhelming, it was kind of like, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. Definitely not that was definitely not the highest point in the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
No.
So, but you mentioned Keith Lee, the Keith Lee Gargano match, and that I almost forgot that match was pretty fucking amazing.
That was the high point of my pay-per-view.
But I think the high point that was definitely a high point for sure. I mean, it was a great match. First of all, the Keith Lee versus Gargano, but I think the high point for me was the women's title match with Io Shirai winning. Yeah. That's probably my high point from the pay-per-view. I wouldn't say this is the best pay-per-view either, okay? by the way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't exactly say this is the best. NXT always puts on amazing pay-per-views, right? And I feel like would it be different if there was like an actual crowd? Would it be different? You know what I mean? Like, does it really make a difference? But then when you look at other pay-per-views that we have watched, we're like, oh, this was a great pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I wouldn't put it high up on the list of like best pay-per-views that NXT has had.
their
But
crowd
it had its high
terrible.
points. Wait, what?
Their crowd is fucking. Their crowd doesn't. There's nothing organic at all. You know that.
We talked about this. We talked about this last week. How
it was so evident last night. Even yesterday when EO won and they threw the streamers, they don't even show them throwing the streamers. They just show all the shit in the ring. Like, what are they doing?
yeah, that was.
You know what was the highlight? Robert Stone looking all cracked out on the side of the NXT thing, like he was all fucked up. Did you see that? Because Chelsea Green left him. He's all fucked up on the NXT thing, like scratching himself and shit. That was great. That was a great little shot they did.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I thought this was a very underwhelming pay-per-view. I would give it a fucking C+.
I was actually gonna say, I was gonna say overall, I would give it like a C+. You know, B-, C+ was what I was gonna say.
No.
You know, obviously there's been, you know, tremendously better pay-per-views, but I stand by what I said.
So where do we go from here, Cruz? Where do you see these guys going?
It's funny because someone in the chat, actually, let me scroll because someone actually said something about, oh no, that was a question, not a statement. Never mind.
Oh.
I was like, is that a rumor? I was like, I thought I misread what someone wrote in the chat about, like, is it true that Cole will go to Raw or SmackDown soon? Because we already know who's moving up right now. I don't foresee anybody else currently moving up. But
do you think anybody from that show is going up?
Say that again?
Do you think anyone after that show is going to the main? Do you think we'll see anybody on Raw tonight?
No, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think this is one of those pay-per-views where like, okay, boom, someone else pops up. I just don't.
I think we could see the Velveteen Dream.
Okay, actually, fair point. That's actually a very fair point. Because remember when Aleister Black got called up, and then there was that whole thing that happened on social media with Velveteen where he was tweeting like, nobody can use my image, likeness, blah blah blah, and we were like, is this a work? What's happening? Like, we didn't know what was happening, and then it turned out everything was fine, and he was still in NXT, and blah blah blah. I think because you mentioned that just now, I will have to say, I probably would not be shocked if we did see Velveteen on Raw tonight, or called up soon. He's been on NXT for a while. I remember when we saw him when he first showed up, man. But
he just came back from a huge injury. They built this guy up. They have this fucking cinematic match, and they don't give him the belt. He's got nothing else to do.
Yeah, and he was the former North American champ. Wait, wasn't he the first? Yeah. He was technically the first. He was the first North American.
No, Johnny Gargano.
Oh no, it was Gargano. Never mind. I thought it was Velveteen.
Oh no, Adam Cole was.
That's right. Because it was a ladder match. It was a ladder match. I remembered because it was Cole. He won, and then that's right. Man, oh man, dude. Well,
I just don't get what they're doing. I feel like it has a lot to do with maybe them being on USA, that like it's not as pure wrestling and as like it's not targeted more towards like the wrestling hardcore crowd. I feel like they're trying to alleviate a little bit of that.
Yeah.
By doing these fucking weird things, but I just don't get it. Although I do love Dexter Lumis, and I loved his appearance in the match. So creepy.
Well, you know, we do have another pay-per-view coming up, Vance, next Sunday.
Yay!
You sound so stoked. Backlash, WWE Backlash is happening this Sunday. You want me to just floss over the card real quick? You want me to just gloss over it real quick, Vance? The card that we got going on. Let's
dive right in, Cruz. I'm open to the second high noon for this.
We've got WWE Championship match, okay, with the current champ, Drew McIntyre, versus Bobby Lashley. We have a Universal Championship match, current champ Braun Strowman versus The Miz and John Morrison. Then we have Raw Women's Championship match, Asuka, current champ, versus Nia Jax. We got Edge versus Randy Orton. Women's Tag Team Championship match, Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus the Iconics. We got Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. So I believe this is they currently have on the card right now. And obviously things could change. We got Monday Night Raw in less than half an hour. Roughly half an hour, excuse me. Okay,
let's start from what match? Let's start from the
Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley.
I think they're putting the title on Lashley.
Really?
I think
so soon?
The title on Lashley.
I mean, McIntyre's
on. Took it off Drew in fucking NXT after his first defense.
That's true, but
I can totally see them building Lashley and Lesnar for SummerSlam. I don't think you're going to get McIntyre Lesnar again. I think you're going to get Lashley and Lesnar for SummerSlam. I'm telling you, they need the ratings. They're going to bring Lesnar back, and he's not going to feud with Drew McIntyre again.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I don't even want to see that. I don't even want to see Drew versus fucking Lesnar. To be honest, again.
Yeah. I think Lashley is going to take the title, and he's going to become a fucking beast. They're going to get rid of all the Lana bullshit. They're going to just make him like a fucking animal.
Are they, though, Vance? Are they going to get rid of the Lana bullshit? Are they, though? Are they?
I mean, they have to.
Because it's not over yet.
Listen, in the Attitude Era, you would get Lana versus Paul Heyman in a bra and panties match. But they're not doing it. So I think that what they're going to do is they're going to have Lashley and Lesnar as a legitimate fight.
I could see Lashley versus Lesnar. I just don't know. I mean, man, that's a tough call, dude. On like whether or not
he's a great champion. I don't think he carries the belt well. I don't think he's a great champion. I don't know. There's something about him that I don't get.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Sheamus with better hair.
Sheamus. Okay. 2 different countries, too, Vance. 2 different countries.
You know what I mean?
I know what you meant.
You know what I mean, Cruz.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. So, I mean, you actually raised some very fair points, and I could see Lashley versus Lesnar. I definitely don't want to see Lesnar versus McIntyre again.
Well, you're gonna see Lesnar at SummerSlam. You know that's
well,
gonna
of
be
course.
His return. Or you're gonna see Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns.
Are we gonna see Roman Reigns though? I'm
representing the Roman.
I see you shirt. Your shirt. I see you shirt. I see your shirt, Vance.
I see your shirt. I just don't get the fact that like you're gonna have the belt on Drew McIntyre. You're trying to build a monster heel with Bobby Lashley, and then what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, They're
just gonna take all. If Lashley loses this match, it's gonna hurt Lashley. If McIntyre loses this match and Lashley turns out to be a fucking Lesnar type beast, McIntyre's not hurt that much.
True. Fair point. Okay, so you're gonna go with Lashley on this one.
I'm going with Lashley. I'm always outside the box, Cruz.
No, I know, and you were on some of your predictions were on point with last night's fucking pay-per-view, where I was wrong and you were right.
I just like hearing that, Cruz. Just like hearing that.
You know, so Universal Championship, we got Braun Strowman versus The Miz and John Morrison. How do you think this is going to play out, Vance? How do you think this is going to play out?
I mean, I don't think The Miz and fucking John Morrison are going to be the Universal Champion, co-champs.
No, I don't.
I mean, that'd be super cool. It'd be super cool.
Co-champs. You want to split the belt in half, bro?
That'd be so funny if they both had like mini versions of the belt or something. Like, that'd be stupid and like great, and that'd be a great little thing. But like, you're going into SummerSlam. Like, SummerSlam's your next pay-per-view,
right?
Or, no, there's one more, I think. But SummerSlam's your next major pay-per-view. So I think that they're building towards Strowman and Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you're going to see Wyatt soon. The speculation is Wyatt is coming back soon. He had a baby. He had some time off. You know, he is going to be coming back soon.
He's having a baby. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But I don't. The fucked up thing is the fact that they put the Miz and Morrison in this thing either means the Miz and Morrison are going to implode and we're going to get fucking babyface John Morrison doing flippy flips, or they just don't know what to do with the Miz and Morrison, who are one of the better tag teams.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely don't see them winning. I think Braun's going to retain for sure. It's interesting that they even
I'd love it if Braun lost. I'd love it if Braun lost, though.
Yeah. So then we have the Raw Women's Championship match between Asuka and Nia Jax. Can I just say something? I really hope Nia Jax doesn't break Asuka on accident.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Hashtag fire Nia Jax. Hashtag she hurts people. Hashtag she does it right before big pay-per-views.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about, man. I'm worried about Nia Jax breaking Asuka. Like, goddamn.
I am very worried. I think Asuka should just eliminate her with like 3 chops and be like, boom, boom, boom. Asuka's a beast again. Asuka's gonna kill you. Remember, Asuka's gonna kill you.
Do you remember that from NXT? We've never heard that while she's been on the main roster, but like, I mean, maybe like when she first popped up, maybe. But that was the best when she was on NXT, dude. Asuka's gonna kill you. Asuka's gonna kill you. I miss that shit,
and that's
dude.
She was so badass. So I hope that they're using Nia Jax as a fucking punching bag on Sunday.
Punching bag.
So I'm picking Asuka.
Well, I'm obviously picking Asuka as well. I'm just hoping that Nia Jax doesn't accidentally fucking hurt her, man. You know what I mean? She's done enough of that already. It's like, God fucking damn it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Asuka on this one as well. Let's see here. Edge, your favorite, Vance. Edge versus Randy Orton.
They're titling this as the greatest wrestling match ever.
No.
That is the name. That is the stipulation in this match. Edge versus Orton, the greatest wrestling match ever.
And they use the word wrestling. Vance, they use the word wrestling.
I know.
How do you feel about it? They use the word wrestling, Vance. They said wrestling.
Here's why I think they did that. I think that if you type in Google the greatest wrestling match ever, it gives everything but WWE. I think it gives you New Japan. I think it gives you ROH. I think it gives you AEW even.
Of course.
Vince McMahon gets pissed every time he types in the greatest wrestling match ever.
You know what? I'm going to do it right now so everyone can see what we're talking about here. The greatest wrestling match ever.
And who's going to be the number one?
Oh my God. Well, you know, because they started calling it the greatest wrestling match ever.
Right.
Edge is approaching the greatest wrestling match. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but because it's interesting how now when you Google search greatest wrestling match ever, that all the Edge that match with Edge and Randy Orton keep popping up now. But go on, continue your thought. You were saying that Vince was pissed. Go on.
I think first of all, they have the best theme song ever for a wrestling match I've ever heard in my life. But I think that first of all, Edge has to win this match. There's no fucking doubt in my mind that Edge wins this match.
Right.
Like, but calling it the greatest, even Edge was like, he's fucking around, right? Like, he's not really calling it that. And then you saw it was real, and he's like, oh shit, this is like a real thing. Like, I don't think these guys are going to put on a fucking 30-minute clinic.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
Absolutely not.
What's going to happen with the greatest wrestling match ever? I mean, tonight you're going to see Christian on Raw doing the peep show, Captain Charisma back, and he's going to have Edge. I'm sure Orton's going to come out somehow, some way. But
of course,
great. Let's Edge take out Orton, right? Give Orton some fucking time off and send Orton down to NXT to put some fucking talent over.
Really? I feel like you're the second person I've heard say this, actually. Oh, bring Orton all the way to... Go ahead.
He had that legend killer gimmick for so long where he beat the shit out of, like, fucking all kind. I can't remember who. Like a ton of fucking legends. I can't even think right now. But you send him down to NXT, and you let him fucking kill a bunch of people, whatever. But then he gets in this feud where fucking someone else gets the legend killer gimmick. The legend killer.
The legend killer.
Like something cool like that. Why can't they do shit like that? Like,
I like what Retro said in the chat. They're not putting on an Okada Omega like match. Agreed.
No.
Agreed.
You're not even getting a fucking Omega Pineapple Pete match out of this.
Oh my god. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Edge on this one as well, but I'm not expecting much. That's my opinion. Again, like, you kind of just hit the nail on everything just now, and I just don't. I feel like this is gonna be one of those matches. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those matches that lasts fucking 90 seconds. You know what I mean?
Dude, I have a feeling this is gonna be a fucking slog, almost as bad as like Undertaker versus Triple H at the fucking Summer Showdown. I think it's gonna be like a 30-minute fucking attitude error guy match. Like, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that. That'll probably be a match where I will take a bathroom break or a high nooner.
A bathroom break. Okay, so then we have the Women's Tag Team Championship. Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss and the Iconics.
Dude, I like Bayley 2 belts.
Bayley 2 belts.
Bayley 2 belts.
Bayley
I say
2 belts.
Let them retain. Keep going.
I like this evil Bayley that we got, man. Ever since she became a heel,
Bayley's
I was
great.
like, this is great. This is fan-fucking-tastic.
Great theme song.
Oh, that's another one with hair color. Because, we're talking about me changing my hair color. Sasha went from pink to fucking blue. When she became a heel, she changed her hair to blue.
You can go blue, Cruz. You could be a heel if you get blue
Well,
hair.
I am already a heel, Vance. Come on. So I want dark colors, man. Dark colors. Wait, so are you going with Bayley and Sasha on this one? Because I am.
Yes.
Because I am.
Yeah.
I'm going with Bayley and Sasha on this one as well.
I think, dude, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are so great as singles. Get them mixed up in the fucking women's.
They are. I mean, I've said this before. Alexa and Nikki is such a weird pairing, and obviously they don't. I mean, I can't say obviously because there's so many women in the fucking women's division that it's like. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are, and I already see this coming too. At some point, whether it happens now, later, or whatever, Alexa's definitely going to turn on Nikki at some point. That's definitely going to happen. You know what I mean? And I agree So go ahead.
What if we saw because this is a triple threat match, right?
Yes.
So maybe one of them could get pinned by the Iconics. I love the Iconics. The Iconics are amazing.
I don't.
And they're a legitimate tag team. That's because you hate people.
Rude. Vance.
But I just think that, like, I would love to see the Iconics get the belts, but I don't see them winning it off of Sasha and Bayley. I just don't see that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I would like to see Bayley and Sasha win, and that's who I'm predicting is going to win as well. Finally, we have Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy.
Honestly, I think that Jeff Hardy is going to be fucking buried because his brother is doing so well.
That's what you took the words right.
Isn't Styles? Wait, Styles and Bryan are fighting, aren't they? Or is that on SmackDown?
No, Styles and Bryan are not fighting. I mean, at least the card that I'm looking at does not have them as fighting.
I thought they were doing that Intercontinental Championship.
I mean, I can look it up right now. Backlash card and oh fuck, god damn it, Cruz. Actually, let me look at WWE's website because they actually have it. No, they're not fighting, dude. It's literally Edge versus Randy Orton, Drew versus Bobby Lashley, Braun versus Miz and John Morrison, Asuka versus Nia Jax. They don't even. This fucking article that came out on WWE's website doesn't even have the triple threat women's tag match, but they do have Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus on here. But nowhere on there does it have Styles. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Friday.
Yeah,
Coffee Addict in the chat just said Style versus Bryan for the IC title is on Friday. And I love what Retro just said. The Iconics, the Idiotics, the Moronics. I don't like the Iconics either.
I think that you could say the Styles versus Bryan match has potential to be the greatest wrestling match ever if we're going to go by WWE. But fucking, that's going to be a better match than what's on this Backlash card.
I agree. I would like to. That would have been a great match to see on the card. Actually, Bryan versus Styles. I would love to have seen that.
Dude, what if
see that?
What if they do this whole thing where Jeff Hardy shows up drunk, like he did against Sting in TNA in real life, like a play on that, and he loses against Sheamus because he's drunk, and they just keep doing shit to Jeff Hardy.
Come on, man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did do some fucked up shit with Jeff Hardy just based on what's going on right now. You know what I mean?
After the drunk driving angle.
That was stupid. We talked about this. That was really, really poor taste, dude. Really poor taste. That was really... Yeah. And we already know that WWE pulls shit like that, though. You know? We already talked about this, like, with the Revival. Like, when the Revival wanted to be released initially. And
why wasn't...
And they kind of they bullied them on TV. It was stupid, you know?
Isn't Otis fighting at Backlash?
No. Nope.
He's not fighting either?
No. Nope.
What?
Nope.
How do you have Mr. Money in the Bank not even what is he going to fucking... Who would he cash in on?
I mean, I don't know. Do we think that any kind of fuckery or something weird's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, if he has... I mean, he could... I mean, would he... Do you think he'll show up for one... I mean, if he has the fucking briefcase, then, I mean, doesn't that mean technically he can run in...
Any match.
Any match, because we got the Universal Championship match and then the WWE Championship match. So, I mean, do we see Otis attempting to cash in and losing? I mean, I don't know. You know?
I don't get why. I don't understand why Otis is in this match. Or Otis is the Money in the Bank winner. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a shitty WWE fan. Like maybe I've outgrown it. I don't know. I just don't.
For reference, anybody that's in the chat that doesn't know Vance used to be the biggest WWE.
Dude, seriously.
So don't judge him based on that.
But I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I mean, also Vance, like real quick, listen, Vance, do you think the reason why you feel so strongly the way you feel right now is because they're not, like, we've talked a lot about, like, with this whole I mean, look at the background behind us, Vance. You know, like empty stadiums.
We need to change this. It's depressing.
And I have to agree with you. It is depressing. I can't stress this enough, and I'm sorry if the chat has already heard me say this. I have to repeat it again. You know, the thing I like about watching NXT before the pandemic and, you know, there were crowds is the ambiance, the aesthetics, you know what I mean? The whole entire stadium is lit, and then as soon as the match is about to start, they dim the lights and you can't even see the crowd. Why can't fucking Raw and SmackDown do that shit? I mean, granted, now they're like they're trying to copy AEW and having wrestlers from the locker room come out and kind of be around the ring and all that. But even from the beginning, they could have, like, done something to kind of change the ambiance and the feel of everything with no crowds. You know what I mean? And I feel like
they did a great job of the set with In Your House.
Oh yeah, the In Your House set was pretty cool. I will say that. That's something we actually did not touch on. And I will say I did like the setup of In Your House. I will say. Very fucking made me feel like I was in the 90s, man, you know? Just aesthetics and everything. Yeah. It's cool, man.
I don't know. What are you expecting on Raw tonight? Is there a Raw preview? Let's see what the Raw preview is.
Why don't you pull that up? Because I think it's time for the news. We have about 9 minutes before Monday Night Raw goes live on television out on the East Coast for all the East Coast peeps.
That's where I am. Okay. In the news, not a lot of totally crazy news or anything. Elias is injured. He's expected to be out for a while. That's why they ran him over with a drunk Jeff Hardy.
Oh, God. It's awful.
I just said that out loud. The rumor is that Bray Wyatt should be back any day now.
Any day now.
They're saying they're planning on him coming there. Apparently, okay, so I fucking didn't even know this. They taped Backlash today.
Oh, they taped. So Backlash has already been taped.
Shoot the match with Otis and Baron Corbin. So fucking Otis is in it. I mean, there's not a lot of news.
Otis and Corbin, huh?
Yeah. How's that for your fucking match you want to see?
No, thank you.
See Otis versus Corbin?
I'm good on that.
Hey, it's a battle of the two latest Money in the Bank winners.
I'm good on that.
We all know how much Cruz loves Baron
Yeah,
Corbin.
I love him so much.
Well, let's talk about the preview for Raw tonight. So now they're pushing the Peep Show coming back with Edge.
I think you mentioned that already, did you not? Didn't you mention that or something? I thought you did. I thought you did. Yeah.
I think I might have.
Okay.
I might have. Also, they're pushing it's Bayley and Sasha Banks will bring the women's titles to the Red brand.
Really?
So I don't know what that means.
Well, because
those titles can go anywhere. I thought
they could go anywhere, but why are they saying the Red brand? Because they're both on SmackDown. So
well, apparently they want to pop wild card rule.
Or are they doing that? What you mean is they're gonna show up on fucking Monday Night Raw and then challenge somebody. I don't. Okay. Anyways, just to word it that way, like bringing it to the Red brand.
Are you trying to put logic? Are you trying to put logic behind?
No, I'm not. I'm not even. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Go ahead. Keep going, Vance. Keep talking about tonight's preview.
Well, there goes my plan for Charlotte being off air tonight. We're gonna get Asuka versus Charlotte Flair.
Oh my God, the woman that fucking basically the first woman to beat
if Charlotte
Asuka. What'd you say, Vance? What did you just say, Vance?
Imagine if Charlotte wins. If Charlotte wins tonight, are you gonna riot?
Am I gonna riot? Vance, there's enough of that going on around me, man. Seriously. Oh shit, Mia Yim is raiding. Oh, holy crapola. Oh man. Welcome, Raiders. Just in time as we just talked about Mia today on the podcast. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
We did. Howdy.
Oh, hell yes. All right. What a way as we're just finishing up talking about wrestling here. Fan-fucking-tastic. Welcome, guys. Hello. I know that there's a slight delay, so I have to Thanks for the follows, everybody. Thanks for the follows. What were you saying there, Vance?
All right. What was I saying? I was saying how we were talking about. Let me see. What was I talking about? Oh my God, ADD is running rampant. Oh, what do we think of Apollo Crews tonight putting his title against Kevin Owens? He said he was going to put it on the line.
Oh yeah, Kevin Owens. Interesting. So that's happening tonight, huh? Apollo Crews. That's the first time because he won. Wait, didn't he just win last week? Didn't he take the title off of Andrade last week? It was just last week, right?
Yeah, that was last week.
So
and then he said Kevin Owens gets the first shot.
Kevin Owens gets the first. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right, that's gonna be fun to watch, I guess.
I think that'll be a great match. Apollo Crews can put on an amazing match. I think Kevin Owens can put on an amazing match. This could be a really good thing. I'm hoping they're not just copying the whole open challenge thing with doing the John Cena thing. But I really want to see Apollo Crews in like a deep, good feud with somebody. Like, what if we had Apollo Crews taking on, get Aleister Black involved? Like, Aleister Black everybody's so underutilized right now.
I know. And I'm a huge Aleister Black fan, so it's like.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's interesting to think about who we could see him in a feud with. But okay, so tonight we have the other thing that's happening tonight on Monday Night Raw, we've got Apollo Crews and Kevin Owens. Now, and this is a title match, you said?
Yep,
correct?
This is a title match.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that they're going to add a match to Backlash with the U.S. title with maybe Apollo Crews, Kevin Owens, Andrade, and maybe Angel Garza. I could totally see that happening.
Interesting. Okay, what else
But
is
we'll
on?
find out
I guess
in 3 minutes.
We'll find out in 3 minutes because Monday Night Raw is about to go live on the East Coast for all the East Coast peeps. Shout out to Mia Yim for the raid. We just finished saying some lovely things about Mia Yim. For anybody that's in my chat, I'm pretty sure if you're here now watching my stream, you probably already know who Mia Yim is, but you guys should give her a fucking follow, guys. And for those of you that are joining the stream right now, welcome. This is my wrestling podcast. I do play video games, but today I happen to be doing my wrestling podcast live here on my Twitch channel. That right there to my right is my podcast co-host Vance. Hope you guys stick around for a little bit. Gio, I'll probably stream for a little bit longer just because there's everybody here. What else? So that's it for tonight on Monday Night Raw then. Vance.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Raw. I'm excited to watch some AEW, and I'm excited for the greatest wrestling match ever. Can't wait.
And we have a lot of wrestling. I mean, things could change too with this card for Backlash as well. I mean, as I said, we still got SmackDown. We still got SmackDown. We got Monday Night Raw tonight in about 2 minutes, and then we have SmackDown on Friday. And then, of course, we got NXT. With what happened at last night's pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver in your house, Vance, what do you expect to see on Wednesday night NXT?
I expect Wednesday to see the Undisputed Era celebrating again.
Again?
Why was Kyle O'Reilly, by the way, not involved?
Oh, okay. All right. No. Did you not notice that Kyle O'Reilly decided to grow a beard?
What?
Did you not notice that? It took me a minute when I was watching.
Not Bobby Fish?
Nah, dude. When I was watching, that whole spiel where they were like celebrating, they were drinking champagne or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You remember seeing that? And they were like in a limo or whatever. Remember when they pulled up in a limo? Was it a limo? I think it was a limo, if I remember correctly.
It was a limo.
It was a fucking limo. And the guy that stuck his head out the window, that was Kyle O'Reilly. I didn't know it at first. I was like, who is this dude with the fucking beard? And as soon as they get into the limo and I see Bobby Fish, I'm like, who the fuck is that sitting next to Bobby? Oh, that's Kyle O'Reilly. And so then when it cuts to them inside drinking and celebrating or whatever, I was like, I'm not talking about last night, Cam. I'm actually talking about what happened on NXT
oh my God.
the week last week.
Cam. I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm not talking about last night. I'm talking about on last Wednesday. Oh, you're talking about last night. I was talking about NXT.
Last night.
Oh, my bad. I misheard you.
So he was on NXT, but he wasn't in the pay-per-view.
He wasn't in the pay-per-view, no. I don't remember seeing him in the pay-per-view, no. But yeah, I remember he was on NXT.
Because they both got kidnapped. Oh, my God. I know what they could do. Since Loomis kidnapped Fish and Strong, what if it's up to O'Reilly to save them? And it's like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing. Let's do a Scooby-Doo.
A Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are
Pull
you?
Pull a Scoob on it. Oh, my God.
Oh, my. You want a Scooby snack? Vance, you want a Scooby snack?
I love Scooby snacks. Scooby?
Scoob? What was I gonna say? But no, you know what I'm talking about though, right? You do know what Kyle O'Reilly looks like now, right? With that big ass beard.
Yes, I did see that.
It took me a minute. I thought that's what you were talking about. I totally misunderstood what you were saying. I didn't realize you meant last night, and I was like, no, he was on NXT, but the last week before the pay-per-view, and it took me a minute to recognize that it was him. I was like, oh, that's fucking that's Kyle O'Reilly. All right. What's going on, Sir Daniel? Sir Danny.
Should we jump into the chat and answer some questions?
Sure thing. Anybody got any questions? Do you guys agree, disagree with some of the things that we've been talking about today? What are your guys' thoughts on what's going to happen on Sunday's Backlash pay-per-view? What do you think's going to happen tonight? We kind of briefly discussed what's going to go down on Monday Night Raw, which just started, by the way. So all of my East Coast peeps, you're able to watch Monday Night Raw right now.
Right.
I'm on the West Coast, so I can't. You can watch it, Vance. I can't.
I know. I'm about to go watch it.
Vance sounds so thrilled. He's like, what are we going to see tonight?
I gotta go to the liquor store first, I think. So I think Sasha will turn on Bayley if they lose the titles. I think that's going to be a nice little slow burn if they do it that way.
You
I
think
could
you
totally
really
see that.
you could see that if they lose the titles, you think Sasha would turn on Bailey? Really?
I think that the reason they'll lose the title is like a miscommunication, kind of like a two-man power trip kind of
Yeah.
implosion of the tag team, the classic implosion. I could totally see that happening. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen them fight before in the past. You know, like besties that like,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm not your friend anymore, and then they become friends again. So I mean, I could see that as a possibility.
DIY.
Oh,
DIY. Sorry,
DIY, baby. How long do you think EO will be champ?
I hope
mean,
EO is champ for a very, 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 very long time, and
I
hope he has a lot of great
personally,
matches.
I personally hope that EO will be champ for a very long time. Do I think that she will be? Oh wait, you're asking how long do you think? I think she'll be a champ for a while. Actually,
I think she'll hold it till at least TakeOver Hollywood or whatever they're going to call the WrestleMania TakeOver.
TakeOver Hollywood.
Which
Oh, that's
Cruz
right,
will probably be going to.
because WrestleMania is
Yeah,
going to be
Heyman.
in Southern California next year.
Yep, a brand new. What is it? So High Stadium.
I don't remember what the stadium is called, but it's like
I think it's So High.
coincidentally, it's near. I used to wrestle in the town. I think is it the same city that where the stadium is? It might be. Isn't it in Inglewood? Isn't the stadium in Inglewood?
Yeah,
I think I would
it's
know
near the
this
top-
being
the-
in
it's
Southern
where the
California.
Forum- I think it's near where the forum.
Yeah,
is.
then it's in Inglewood because I used to wrestle in Inglewood. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here.
Retro Guy, best tag team in wrestling right now.
In
What do you think,
general.
Cruz?
That's a good question, actually. Oh, I think I've been asked this before, and I actually have to think about that because if we're talking about okay, let's think about current right now. What tag teams do we have currently?
Well, I mean, AEW has the best tag team division. I mean,
Well,
you got
I
the
was
Bucks,
just
you
gonna
got
say
Lucha
that
Bros.
AEW does have the best tag team division because I feel like WWE doesn't really utilize or really. I mean, do I want to say they don't care? Because they really. I mean,
Revival. Sorry.
nah, you said it. Who do you think is the best tag team right now, Vance?
Young Bucks. Young Bucks are the
How did I
greatest.
know you were gonna
Best
say
tag
that?
team right now.
I knew you were gonna
They're
say that.
So good.
I
And
knew you were gonna say
a very, 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 very close second, Lucha Bros. I think
would've-
Ray Phoenix does shit that humans can't do. Humans don't do things. Like he levitates. I don't get it.
Actually, they are a pretty good fucking tag team, though. I will agree with you on that one. On both counts, actually. Retro says I want an FTR versus God match. Let me scroll up here. Let me scroll up real quick.
You know what? Liv deserves a huge push. I agree. I
That's
hope
because
they go
Vance
down
thinks
that path
Liv
with
is
her.
hot.
I still think that Liv should get that Firefly Funhouse push, that she was going to be like the sister Abigail. But yeah, she's also hot, so I think she should get a push.
Of course, because that's what. So, do you think Io Shirai will have first title defense on NXT soon? I mean,
Who do you think she'll go up? I mean,
I'm trying to
Rhea
think.
Ripley.
I'm trying to think of who she would go up against if she were to have it, whether it's soon or not soon. What were you gonna say, Vance?
I mean, I think it's going to be probably Rhea Ripley, but you can't keep burying fucking Rhea Ripley. Like
No, I disagree with that. I don't think if they did that, and if we're saying if you and I both believe that Io's gonna hold that title for a long time, then I would not want to see her go up against Rhea anytime soon, because then you're just ultimately burying Rhea at that point. And I'm a fan of Rhea as well. So that is not something I would want to.
Io could run through like fucking Raquel Gonzalez. I think she could run through like Aaliyah.
There's a
Like,
lot
it's
of women.
always
There's a
defending
lot
the
of women
title, like,
in the NXT
enhancement
division.
matches almost.
Well, yeah, enhancement. Like enhancement. There's a lot of women in the division on NXT, so the possibilities are endless on that count.
Who do we think is going to win the Intercontinental title tournament, Cruz?
I don't know, man. He just took the
Dude,
he. Oh wait, no. fucking who's holding the title right now? I was getting confused with the U.S. title.
Vacant.
It's vacant
It's
still.
Styles
It is.
versus,
That's right. It's
Bryan.
vacant. That's right. Who is in that tournament? I can't answer this question unless I know who's in the tournament.
Well, Styles and Bryan is the final on Friday.
That's right. That's on Friday. Oh shit.
Right.
So between Styles and man, I think, fuck, dude, because I mean, we have Styles, who most recently was the U.S. champ, right? And then we have Bryan, who is most recently, maybe not most recently, but the last title that he held was the WWE Championship. Do you think that if Bryan wins, we're gonna get another eco-friendly?
No, I think AJ's gonna win. AJ's at his best when he's a champ, and he's a cocky motherfucker when he's a champ. So I think AJ needs the belt. I think you do this maybe like have AJ go out there and fucking go against everybody on that goddamn roster and just run through people as the champ, like he did with the SmackDown run after he won it off. I think he won it off Ambrose or Cena. It was the Ambrose Cena AJ era. But AJ was his best when he wore the fucking bandana around his head. John Cena. It's going to suck that he doesn't have Gallows and Anderson with him. But I totally think that AJ is... And plus, he hasn't held that title, I don't think. I think he has not held that title, no. He hasn't held that title.
The IC title?
Every other title
the IC title? No. So, I mean, so does that... Oh, has he held every other title, though? Hold on, let me think for a minute. Because if he has, and the IC... Say that again?
Y2 AJ win the titles? I don't think they did.
No. But
I think he's held the world, he's held the... Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's held the tag or the Intercontinental, but I think that he is going to... Well, people are saying Raw's kicking off hot. Okay, Cruz, I say we wrap this up so I can get in front of my television.
Oh, yeah. Monday Night Raw already fucking... Ugh. Someone just said Raw kicking off hot. Oh, wait. Are they saying that on Raw, Duke of Dark Roast? They keep emphasizing AJ hasn't not held the IC title. I guess that's some foreshadowing, huh? He hasn't held the Universal. Actually, you're right. He has not held the Universal title, Vance. That is one title that AJ...
he won the world title, which is like the same thing.
Which is like the same thing.
It's just not red. I'm sorry, he didn't win the red belt.
Well... Retro in the chat just said, I say Bryan because when Sammy comes back, he can say he never lost the belt and Bryan and Zayn have history. Hey, I could see Bryan winning. I was going to counter what Vance said, and I could totally see fucking Bryan taking the title as well. There's a lot of questions in the chat that we never got to. I'm so sorry, guys. One of my dream matches are Finn Balor. Oh, Finn versus Kenny Omega. Oh my god. All right. Everyone is talking about what's happening on Monday Night Raw, so I think it's time to close things down. Vance, where can we fucking find you online?
You can find me. Just Google greatest wrestling podcast ever. And I should pop right up.
Oh, Lord have mercy. No, really. Vance the Violator, you can find him at Vance. Your Twitter and your Insta don't match again, but go ahead.
I know. I have a Twitter, that guy Vance, and then I have the Instagram at Stevie Carwash.
And you can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie Cruz on the gram. You can find Going Over at Going Over Podcast on Instagram, at Going Over Pod on whatchamacallit, on the fucking Twitter. God damn it, Cruz.
On the internet?
Who got over this week? Oh, that's the question we need to answer. Vance, who do you think got over this past weekend?
Who got over this week? This week, going over was, I gotta say, Io Shirai.
I was gonna agree with you on that one. I was gonna say Io Shirai as well.
She's at the top of the mountain.
Yep.
And there's only one way down.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Who didn't go over this week? Anyone involved in that fucking stupid match that was a backlot
The
brawl.
backlot match.
Dude, I preferred the Roddy Piper Goldust Backlot brawl over that match.
Ooh, what a great reference, actually. That's a great reference.
Throw me some O.J. Simpson chase footage in there, and I maybe would have liked it.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Just so you know, we do this podcast now live. This is the third episode we've done live. And because a lot of you guys have been saying that you enjoy watching us do this podcast live, tune in every Monday. We've decided to do this every Monday. That may or may not change, but for the time being, every Monday, an hour before Monday Night Raw goes live on television on the East Coast. You can find us here 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 4 p.m. on the West Coast for all my West Coast peeps. Live on my stream here on Twitch. Hope to see you guys next Monday. We'll be obviously talking about This Week in Wrestling as well as WWE Backlash, which is happening on Sunday. Shout out to everybody that has donated to the charity that I have been running. We have until Wednesday to reach my goal. We've reached a milestone. We broke $1,000. You guys get to choose what cosplay I do next on my stream. If we reach 2,500 by Wednesday, I will change the color of my fucking hair. You guys get to choose the color. And then, of course, any donation of $30 or more, I will send you a signed photo. None of this money goes to me. It goes directly to the Color of Change organization. Help fight the good fight. Help fight racial injustice in this world. It's a very good cause. Shout out to all the peeps that have brought us to 1,400. That's over half. I appreciate you and love you guys so very fucking much. We'll see you next week. Vance, any last words, Vance?
Last words? That's intimidating. Yes.
You always have something goofy to say.
Wash your hands. And don't drive fast on the highway. Slow down. No one's in a rush. Slow it down.
I don't think anyone's in a rush, Vance, because, you know, everyone's at home. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's at home. No? All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Vance, always a pleasure having you, buddy.